Hello everybody, this is Jared, the non-alcoholic aficionado, and I've got my partner, Virginia, to help out with today's review of these wonderful beverages. We have the Clever Mojito, the Clever Gin and Tonic.
And then from St. Augustus, we have the Amaro Falso and the Phony Negroni.
Great, let's get started with the Mojito. Push everything aside. We've got some nice little tasting glasses with pink elephants on them, which are super neat. And
my mom got them for me.
Perfect.
She found them at a thrift store.
Away we go. So we got the Clever Mojito. You see the can, there it is. Got this here in the liquor store in Minnesota.
So Mojito traditionally is rum, lime, sugar, and mint. Obviously this doesn't have the rum in it, but hopefully it'll still have the sweetness and the mint and kind of citrusy kick to it as well.
After pouring that, I can already smell the mint. It's
yeah,
definitely pronounced.
Too. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and I can see the what is it? Maybe the botanicals. There's some kind of like juniper.
I think mint is a botanical. There's two different kinds of mint in this.
Okay.
It's said that the best mint makes for the best mojitos, with exceptional quality spearmint and peppermint, real lime juice, and dark rum aromas. A truly clever cocktail.
I thought it would be sweeter.
Yeah,
you
this
try.
is okay.
And don't forget to cheers the camera.
Oh, cheers! Yeah, it's not too sweet.
No, it's...
which is nice because so many booze alternatives are overly sweet to me. This new kind of trend towards mocktail culture and non-alcoholic drinks beyond just like sodas and juice. The best part about it to me is there's options that aren't overly sweet.
Yep, so backstory a little bit. I'm 4 years sober, Virginia's 3.5 years sober. And we've kind of set out on a journey over the past few months to try out different things. Some of these mocktails are her favorite, some are kind of my favorites, and we are going to do more content like this on the channel to kind of spread a wider net for people that want to learn more about NA drinks, but maybe aren't so engrossed in the NA beer culture like I have been so far. I think this one is good. I like.
Yeah.
I
like the two different mint flavors.
Yeah.
It's very complex. I thought it was going to be really simple. Mm-hmm. And it's not overly sweet, like you said. I went to Cuba a few years ago. All we could get to drink was mojitos, and they were always so sugary and so lime forward. Mm-hmm. This is a lot more complex. It's got that little bit of lime, but not aggressively acidic.
Yeah. And it's only got 70 calories, so there's 18 grams of sugar for a 12 ounce can. So it's not that bad. I mean, it's like half of a Coca-Cola. So
I think this would be really good over ice.
Yeah.
With like maybe a squeeze of fresh lime in it. Or
I can see that.
I mean, if you wanted to get really fancy, you could garnish it with some mint too,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which would really just be for the look. But
all right, you finish that. We can try the next one here. And we will be rating these at the end, so you gotta watch till the end, I guess. New glass. New pink elephant, so we're keeping them fresh. And it should be noted this is a pink gin and tonic, so you'll notice the color here shortly. I forgot to say that it was pink originally, so now you know. And it's pink. I wonder what we're gonna smell. I think we're gonna smell some juniper, that's my guess.
yeah, and different aromatics. This mocktail has all the floral and herbal notes found in a classic gin and tonic, plus a hint of blackcurrant flavor, bringing it to the next level. A truly clever cocktail.
All right, I vote you drink first.
All right. Not a strong smell at all of anything.
It's premium. Don't forget that much.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's very subtle. It's not sweet, I would say.
Not really.
It's got kind of the flavors of tonic water. I mean, it tastes kind of like a gin and tonic, which was my go-to cocktail in my drinking days.
Yeah, mine too, actually.
You know, it's like with tonic water, is a little citrusy, a little sweet, a little bitter. It's got kind of those flavors with the background of the juniper and like maybe coriander, maybe some orange peel flavors.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What is quinine? Does this have quinine in it?
Tonic water is made of citric acid and quinine.
I knew it. I knew there was something quinine related.
I don't know exactly what quinine is. I just know that it's, oh wait, I do, it's a bark. Quinine is a bark of a tree.
Tree bark?
That I think gives it some of the bitterness.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up though.
Maybe
it's been a long
later.
time.
But you know it's something. I knew it was
It
in
is
there.
something, and it is in there. But yeah, so the gin and tonic, a tonic water generally has sugar, quinine, which is like a more bitter bark, and citric acid, which gives it some of the acidity that kind of balances those three flavors together.
I poured more for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Don't spill it. This is actually the one that I usually have at Virginia's house as my
Yeah.
go-to when I'm drinking something mocktail related.
And it's
One of my
kind of got a
favorites.
limey flavor too, which is nice.
Kind of finishes a little
Yeah.
citrusy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Does it have any of that juice in it? It has juniper berries, coriander seeds, cardamom, sugar, purple
Cardamom, that's the other
quinine.
flavor.
Yeah, there's no. It says natural flavors. So the natural flavors could incur some type of fruit
Yeah.
extract or something like that.
That's what I'm assuming. I've had this
Yeah.
brand's plain gin and tonic as well. And it was a little bit less sweet and to me a little less well balanced. That kind of touch of fruitiness seems to round it out in a nice way.
Yeah. All right, you finish that. I will I will open this one. These are fresh ones.
All right, so this is my favorite mocktail. It's really what got me into thinking about and looking for mocktails in the world. I actually had it first when I was down in New Orleans at one of my bars, Bayou Wine Garden, and I was like, God, I wish I could have like something better than, you know, an infused syrup and soda water after working all day. And the bartender very excitedly was like, well, we have these new things. They're Phony Negronis. And I really just liked the name of them as much as anything. But I liked them so much that I ordered them from their website. So generally, when you see them in stores, they're in a bottle that looks more like this. And at restaurants where you'll find them as well. But if you order them online through the St. Argytas website, it's a little bit less expensive and I think a little more eco-friendly to order the cans because
yeah.
they're lighter.
Yep.
So let's crack this
You can
puppy.
pour this one. This is Virginia's drink, so I'm gonna let her kind of lead because it's a little too bitter for me, but you'll see that quickly. I'm gonna try it and we'll see where it goes. I need to expand my flavor.
All right, you try
profile.
it first. So a classic Negroni
It smells strong.
is gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. So gin is very herbal and aromatic, juniper, a lot of times thyme, coriander, different kind of floral notes. Sweet vermouth is a fortified wine, which also is infused with some kind of more bitter and herbal notes. And sweeter. And Campari is an Italian aperitif that's flavored with bitter herbs, aromatic plants, and a little bit of fruit, and is traditionally dyed this brilliant red color. Apparently originally it was a natural dye, but you know, in the modern era, it's not. But that's what gives it this beautiful ruby red kind of color. Again, you know, it's a classic cocktail. It wouldn't normally be carbonated. The Phony Negroni, though, they use carbonation at St. Argytas in general to mimic the bite of alcohol that you lose when you don't use alcohol. So have you tasted it?
I tried it.
What do you think?
It is very bitter. It is not sweet at all. It's fruity in some ways.
It smells like black currants to me.
There's a smell. Not my favorite.
Oh, it's my favorite.
It's very polarizing.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's a bitter cocktail, bitter and floral.
Yep.
You know, I've found it doesn't pair super well with food.
I can imagine.
But like before dinner, at the end of a day, my favorite is over ice. But you could drink it chilled in a glass. If you wanted to make it look nice and pretty, you get a little orange peel and twist and rub it on the rim, and which enhances the kind of citrusy orange flavors and aromas that the drink gives. But yeah, it's one of my favorites. I love it.
So I think I'll make a plug right now for anybody that is taking the challenge or the stride of effort of maybe dipping their toes into the dry January. We're in the middle of January 2024 right now. Not sure when you're watching this video, but I've kind of ramped up my efforts in putting out content just to make sure people have stuff out there to sink their teeth into if they want to see what type of NA beverages there are. And also, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do to help me expand the channel. So thank you if you're watching at this time. You gonna finish that?
No.
You gonna make me finish it?
Yeah. You've only tried one little sip.
I had 2 sips.
Okay.
2 sips. Cheers. We haven't been cheersing.
I don't know.
We haven't been cheersing.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's cheers one more time. Cheers.
We're failing.
We have one more so we can knock that one out of the park. Which one is empty?
That
This
one, yeah.
Okay.
So
And
this,
finally, we have our last mocktail for the night before we rate them.
what is it? The Amaro Falso. Another great name.
Because it's false. It's not
Because
real.
it's not, well, Phony Negroni, Amaro Falso.
Yeah.
I like that they like keep the word sound play going while still making sure that it's obvious that this isn't a real Amaro or a real Negroni, because these are liquors. Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
So
it's kind of a play on the mocktail word where it's, not cocktail, it's mocktail. I know a lot of people don't like the word mocktail because it makes it kind of have like a negative connotation or that it's not real. I say it because it's, industry lingo and it's catchy. This one looks like Coca-Cola.
Yes.
I
think you're gonna like this one even less than
I've never
the
tried
Negroni.
I don't think I've ever tried this one.
We had it once at a restaurant, and you tried it, and you were horrified.
Probably.
But I really like it.
I don't know. I don't think I like it worse or
Oh.
less. Yeah.
I haven't had it in a minute. Let me try. So
No,
this is,
I don't mind that.
This is another mocktail that is made to taste like an Amaro highball, but it also still has the carbonation in it to give it the little bit of bite that is missing when you take out the alcohol. It's licorice.
That's what that flavor is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really strong anise flavors.
Yeah.
That's probably the main flavor to me.
Yeah.
This is definitely a little more of an acquired taste than anything else that we've tried.
That's pretty
Licorice
strong.
and bitterness.
Yeah.
Kind of polarizing
It's
things.
really the opposite of the pink gin and tonic.
Yeah.
In terms of that's heavily carbonated. This is kind of light. This is bitter. That's sweet. This is fruity. This is
They're all very aromatic though.
true. That's
And
true.
none are too sweet.
That's true. Yeah.
These are also great, even if you're not totally sober like we are. If you're just, I love that there's a trend in modern culture of just drinking less and being a little bit more mindful about,
kind of health conscious too.
about your health and well-being, and that, you can go out without getting plastered and still have a great time.
Yep.
And so these are some great options
Yep.
when you're out and about, or just at the end of a long day. One of the things I really missed when I got sober was the ritual of having a cocktail or a glass of wine at the end of a day. And these things kind of fill that gap.
Yep. I hear you.
So this obviously is based on the Amaro Highball cocktail, which is a combination of Amaro along with some citrus, whether that's juice or twists, and sparkling water. So Amaro is a kind of bittersweet aperitif and just digestive Italian in background, made of aromatics and roots and herbs. And I'm guessing that often it is anise heavy in general.
I don't mind it. I didn't think I was gonna like it because I've had it before and didn't like it, but I like it more than the Phony Negroni.
I like it less than the Phony Negroni, I think because it's a little bit less complex.
Okay.
There's less, it's more anise or licorice, and less like little different layers and.
All right, so I think what we're gonna do, since we already have this one out, is instead of starting back with the Mojito and coming through to this to do a quick rating, we're gonna start here and go backwards. So I'm gonna give this a higher rating than I was expecting, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 to my taste profile. What do you think?
For my taste profile, I'm actually gonna give it a slightly lower rating than I would expect it to. And I think it's about a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It's tasty, but just a little too much licorice for me.
Got it. Let's bring back the Negroni. Do you know which glass was which? That's the pink one. Oh, that's this one.
Yeah, this is the most pink.
Got it, got it. All right, I'm gonna taste it again. Oh, I just can't do that one.
Opposite reactions.
Oh no. It's low.
Oh, it's my favorite.
It's low on the scale. It's a 5 out of 10. I'm sorry, Phony Negroni.
Oh, I love it. I give it like a 9.5.
Oof, that's almost double my score.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's everything a mocktail should be to me, for me. It's the other thing about this kind of game is it's very personal to what you like. I always liked less sweet, more acidic, citrusy, herbal, floral.
Yeah.
Just like in my food, like I kind of want to drink perfume.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are like that.
That's the neat thing about NA drinks is there's so much variety these days. If you're dipping your toes in it, just try different things and give it a chance to see what's all out there because there's a lot of stuff. Here's my favorite. Cheers. You know what? I'm gonna give that 8.5. It's a solid 8.5 for me.
This is easily my second favorite.
Really?
And I think it depends on my mood as well, which one I like more, the Phony Negroni or the Clever Pink gin and tonic. I give this, I think like an 8.5.
Okay.
Is that what you gave it?
I gave it an 8.5, yeah.
Wow.
We're in the same
We're agreed.
We're in the same mindset. I'm gonna steal some more. And finally, the first one we had, and now the last one we had, Clever Mojito. Give it a fresh pour. This is the only clear one. How about that?
I think I like pink drinks.
You like pink drink? That's when you picked up? Cheers. It's interesting having that after the pink gin and tonic versus before, because this was a little sweeter tasting, but after the pink gin and tonic, it tastes a little bit more flat and kind of dry. It's not sweet in comparison.
I like it more than any mojito I've ever had.
Yeah, it's understandable.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a mojito, but
I've had a mojito cocktail a handful of times, but it's
I had so many in Cuba.
I believe it.
Mint, sugar, and rum. They're like the rum to me makes it overly sweet.
Yeah.
Whereas this is not. And it's, with the two different kinds of mint, it's a little more complex.
Yeah.
And a little more herbal, which is always my favorite.
What's your score?
I'm gonna say 7.5.
You stole my score.
So we're in agreement again.
Agreement on that one too, 7.5. It's good, but it's not as good as the pink gin and tonic.
I think again, it would depend on my mood. Like this one would be nice in the summer.
Yeah.
When it's hot and you just, you want something a little more fresh.
Yeah, I hear you there. Well, that wraps it up. We sampled 4 mocktails. I enjoyed all of them except the Phony Negroni, which I knew was going to happen. But you like that one, so we balance each other.
It's my favorite.
We balance each other out a little bit. So yeah, a longer video today, but we talked a lot about a lot of things. So I appreciate everybody that watched till the end. If you're interested in more of my content, you can check out a playlist over here from a brewery or a beer review session I did a couple weeks ago that's been pretty popular. It has some interesting beers on it. Or if you want to subscribe, click right here. So thanks everybody. Thanks for joining me, Virginia.
Happy to.
This was fun, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.